Dear scholars, let us start learning the next lesson, which is a poem 3.4 The Brook. The poem is written by Alfred Lord Tennyson. This poem is nothing but the journey of the brook from its origin and its visit to different places while flowing and where at last it goes. In this poem, the brook is presented as a speaker. That is what the brook is telling the readers its own story. Without wasting much of time, let us see explanation of each stanza. Here we go with the first. I come from haunts of coot and hern. I make a sudden sally and sparkle out among the fern to bicker down a valley. By 30 hills I hurry down or sleep between the ridges. By 20 thorps a little town and half 100 bridges. Till last by Philip's farm I flow to join the brimming river. For men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. Here in the first stanza, the brook describes its journey, that is the origin of its journey, beginning of its journey, and how it meets to different places while flowing, that is given. Let us see in detail. I come from haunts of coot and hern. Here the word haunt means a place that one visits often, where one spends a lot of time. So it is the place from where the brook starts its journey. That is the origin of the brook. Which is that place? The place of coot and hern. Coot and hern, these are the names of water birds, and here hern stands for common European heron. So coot and hern are the two water birds. The picture is of one of the birds. So here the brook comes from the place, which place is famous for coot and hern. I make a sudden sally. The word sally means a quick journey. I make a sudden quick journey and sparkle out among the fern. The word fern means a green plant, one of the plants, and sparkle out among the fern to bicker down a valley. Here the word bicker means run noisily. So the brook which starts its journey from the place of coot and hern, at that time it makes its sudden journey, sudden travel, and visits the fern, different green plants. Also, it runs noisily down the valley. Next, by 30 hills I hurry down. So the brook mentioned in this stanza which completes its journey by 30 hills, or sleep between the ridges. The ridges means high edge of a mountain. So while flowing, this brook falls down by the 30 hills and also sleeps between the ridges, edges of the mountains. By 20 thorps a little town. Here the word thorps means villages. By 20 villages and a little town and half 100 bridges, and more than half 100, that is more than 50 bridges, the brook go across. I hope you are clear with this. Next lines. Till last by Philip's farm I flow to join the brimming river. And here the Philip's farm, the farm of Phillips, wherever it is located, till that it flows to join the brimming river. That is what, beside Phillips' farm, there is a river which is brimming. Brimming means full actually, but here brimming river means a river which is flowing with full of water. So the brook which starts its journey from the place of Kuttenhorn, it meets the flowing river by the Phillips farm. For men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. The brook says that many men will come to enjoy its water. Many people will see the brook, they will come and they will go. They will visit and they will leave. They will see and they will die. But the brook which will go on forever. Next stanza. I chatter over stony ways in little sharps and trebles. I bubble into the eddying bays. I babble on the pebbles. With many a curve my banks I freight, by many a field and fallow, and many a fairy foreland said, with willow, weed and mallow. I chatter as I flow, to join the brimming river, for men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. Here, the journey ahead is described, in which different sounds made by the water of the brook while flowing, they all are mentioned. I chatter over stony ways. Wherever the water of the brook flows, the place, if it is of stones or from the stones, if the water is flowing, it produces a sound called chatter. So chatter is one of the sounds which is created by water of the brook while flowing from the stones, that is stony ways, in little sharps and trebles. Here, sharps and trebles means musical sounds. In little sharps and trebles, that is with the sound, little sound, that is little musical sound, the brook flows. I bubble into eddying bays. I babble on the pebbles. Here, the word eddying means moving fast in circles. What is it about? When it goes by stony ways, producing musical sound. Further, it bubbles into eddying bays. That is what it creates. It produces bubbles wherever it finds eddying bays. That is the water the part of the brook, the place of the brook where moving water is observed. I babble on the pebbles, and if it is flowing through small pebbles, it babbles. It is also one of the sounds. With many a curve my banks I freight, by many a field and fallow. Here the word freight means wear out, and the word mallow means a plant with purple flowers. A plant with purple flowers. With many a curve my bank I freight. So here further the brook flows by the by the bank, and wherever bank of river is observed, the brook freights at such a places. That is, the brook wears out at such a places. By many a field and fallow. The word fallow means land that is not planted. So field, planted land, and fallow, that is unplanted, uncultivated, and many a fairy foreland set with willow, weed, and mallow. So here, mallow is a plant with purple flowers. So here, the brook goes through many of the curves where it wears out. It also goes by different fields and fallows, that is cultivated and uncultivated lands, and many a fairy foreland set with willow, weed, and mallow. So while flowing, it also goes through different types of plants which bears flowers. For example, the word mallow means a plant with purple flowers. So here the brook also flows by such a places. Next stanza. Next lines. I chatter as I flow to join the brimming river. For men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. So while flowing, it chatters. Again, it produces different sound while flowing. For what? To join the brimming river. So wherever the river is flowing, to that river, the brook wanted to get joined. So to join the brimming river, for men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. Again, the poet repeats the line, that is, many men may visit that brook, will enjoy water, and they will just leave, they will just go. But the brook, which is not going to shift some other place, it is just flowing naturally, and so it says, I go on forever. So this is all about the explanation or summary of the first two stanzas of the poem The Brook. Remaining two stanzas we will see through the next video. I consider that you understood the given explanation.